Hello, and welcome to my channel. We're going to talk politics and spirituality. I'm going to answer your questions. And this is Apollo, and people like to see him. He wants his ball. That's what he wants.
Want your ball?
And I wanted to say to one of the viewers who commented that he needs a friend, you were correct in that. And that has been an issue because I answered in the comments, there's already a friend here. And that's not exactly true. The truth is there's tenants with dogs that play with him, but they haven't been around for a while because that dog was visiting its her daughter or something. So there is, and I did have another dog, but that dog didn't work out. That dog wanted to go back with the foster mom that decided to keep her. So that didn't work out. So it has been an issue. So I don't want to invalidate somebody's intuition read. And you can leave comments here on what you're picking up on things because we all have abilities. I teach people abilities. I'm a medium. That means I talk to deceased people. I'm a psychic. That means I see visions and I get messages from guides, and I also do healing work. Okay. So that, yeah, okay. So I just wanted to clear that up. And let's answer questions here about, you know, I think that Mr. Johnson is on his way out. MAGA Mike. Okay. There's a lot of things I want to talk about. Hegseth, what's going on with him? Um, the shooting, Mandami, and yeah, what's happening? And if you watch the news, like I was just had CNN, I just turn them on sometimes just to see what they're saying. They're still making it seem like this is a normal presidency when it's obviously falling apart. So my video last week or Saturday was talking about how GOP will be resigning. I think another one resigned or gave notice last this last weekend. It was last week or last weekend. Um, that he will be leaving his office, I guess, at the end of his term. So I see them leaving office, and I see cabinet members either resigning or getting in trouble. Kash Patel looks like he's on really thin ice. Um, uh, let's talk about Hegseth. Is he going to jail for murder, war crimes? I think he already committed a war crime and somehow got confirmed. See, when you let people get away with stuff like that, it's just like, yeah. So then, of course, he gets in there and does it again. I said that Hegseth was drinking. I've seen this whole time that he never stopped drinking. The guys are saying he curbed it a little bit. But if you have an alcoholic personality, and believe me, I was married to an alcoholic. I've done time in what's called Al-Anon. Al-Anon is for people who love somebody who has a problem with alcohol, either your parents, your spouse, or even your child. So I did that for years. I did therapy, and then I just reconnected with my spiritual self. I I saw spirits as a child. I received messages. I saw past lives. I knew things. I would kind of like um, heal people and wonder why I didn't feel good because I didn't know I was consciously. I wasn't a conscious healer. I was just very empathic. And I kind of shut all that off because we get programmed in this society that, you don't know what you're talking about, or that's just psychic or whatever. So that kind of got shut down as I tried to go about and have a life like a normal person, which didn't work for me. And then I tried therapy. I tried the Al-Anon and different 12-step groups. I've probably been in every 12-step group. Excuse me, I've got to fix my my shoe here. Okay. I've probably been in every 12-step group that you know of, and I learned a lot. And really, what that led me to was a connection with a source creator, my spirituality. And then I guess in my late 30s or early 30s, I started connecting with my spirituality that I was connected with as a child. And so that's a long story. I started taking a lot of classes. I traveled around the world and I worked with shamans. And I studied with several people and I learned a lot. And then I realized that I could heal myself. And then I realized, oh, there's a fly in here, that I could heal others. And that's really what my true calling was always meant to be. I just took the long road home. Okay, so here I am. Now I'm doing this, helping our democracy. Yeah, let's see, there's so much going on. Okay, and I'm going to answer your questions too that you left on my post. You should check out my post. One of my members, a lovely lady, Gail, sent me a picture of orbs. Then she's very connected with the elementals, the nature spirits, and so they're in her backyard. And she took a lot of really amazing pictures. But I posted one on my community page. You should check it out. I haven't even read the comments from the hour yet because I'm still doing this now. Check out my angel class. I work with angels. One of the people I studied with years ago was very into angels and the goddesses and the ascended masters. And so I work with several goddesses, ascended masters, and angels, and they're amazing to have in your life. So join us next Saturday, 10 o'clock Pacific time, for working with angels and ascended masters, or goddess energy. So it's going to be a really cool class. We had an amazing class, past life regression, and almost everybody there had a regression. I mean, it was really cool. So I do that in personal sessions, which I still do, and I also do that in classes. Now I'm going to do an amazing class in February 22nd because there's this solar there's some kind of astrological configuration for healing on that day. So I have the December 6th class that's coming up next Saturday that you can find on my website, sibylharmony.com. It's right down here. And I don't know if you can see that. You should be able to. Okay, so then February 22nd, I'm going to do some type of a healing and connecting with your guides, your personal guides. Now, the angels and the ascended masters will work with your guides. And the goddess, they work in tandem. So it's really a wonderful team to have with you. Because a lot of this stuff that's going on here, it doesn't really affect me because I'm on a different level of frequency. And you can too. I'm not special. I'm not anybody who, deserves, extra. I'm not perfect. God knows I make mistakes. Oh, yeah. Speaking of mistakes, we pray for the people from China, Hong Kong, and the fire. Thank you for correcting me in the comments. So I said the wrong country. That's pretty important. So I'm not AI. I do make mistakes. And I'm actually a real human. Okay. Let's answer some of your questions here. Okay. Now, when I look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I like facts, but I also like to look at something psychically. And I'm seeing psychically that somehow the shooter was paid. I feel like he was out of balance mentally, kind of off, and maybe post-traumatic stress syndrome. Obviously, he was in war in Afghanistan. He was working with the CIA, but it feels like there's something really wrong here. And when I asked him, was he paid? did somebody pay him or set him up to do that shooting? I got a yes. So there's a lot of really funky stuff going on with the Charlie Kirk death, with Ivana going down the steps, Epstein disappearing, these people being killed, these fishermen in Venezuela, or whether they're fishermen or drug smugglers. You don't just bomb them. Without any evidence. Yeah, those war crimes. So I mean, yeah, I feel like there's more to be revealed about this, and I feel like it's an excuse to keep troops on the ground in cities, because the only way that Kankles, I'll call him, the current president is my nickname, can stay in power is by using the military. Because I'll explain with you what's going to happen with MAGA Mike. I feel like that may be the only way that he feels like he can stay in office, not get impeached, and not have all his cabinet going to jail or in serious legal trouble. So I feel like there's something nefarious here. This didn't just, and also, those troops were ordered to leave a week before the shooting, and they just ignored the orders and then filed that day an emergency order for them to be there in DC. So it smells like, if you believe that Kankles actually was, a bullet went by his ear. If a bullet hit his ear would be gone. Half his head would be gone. You don't get a little scratch from a bullet. Okay. He had like a little, so his ear is fine. There's still an ear. There's not even a missing part of the ear. And in 2 weeks, he had a bandage on. And then in 2 weeks later, everything was fine. So that was like a little piece of glass. And so people feel like that was, there's something fishy. There's something, he likes to do these big drama things. And I wouldn't put it past him for 1 minute. Him and other countries could be involved. Like a lot of psychics saw possibly Israel being involved in the Charlie Kirk shooting. They take people out who they think he thinks might be get more popular than him. And Charlie Kirk was saying, release the Epstein files. So that's why, oh yeah, you gotta go. It's because Israel's involved. This is a worldwide sex trafficking ring that we're talking about. And yeah, so these people with a lot of money, they will do things that maybe we are hooked up. And I don't know, this is all for entertainment purposes only. I don't really know who these people are. I just know I don't trust what's going on. And he's also using it as an excuse to do more deportations, to traumatize more people, to traumatize Afghans who fought beside us and earned and were promised citizenship because of one guy who was either bought off or went crazy or both. So let's look at, will more Afghans be deported because of this? Is he going to be able to do this? He's not going to be in office that much longer, because this is falling apart. But is he going to be able to, Kankles, do these executive orders, or probably it's going to be fought in court? Are more Afghans that fought beside us and were promised our protection, are they more Afghans going to be deported? Also, they're talking about taking away green cards from people. So, okay, but let's just look at, will Afghans be betrayed and deported because of this? They just like anything that's more horrific than the next thing. And obviously his brain is not right. And we'll talk about more about that a little. So this is taking away their citizenship. Karma. This is pretty big. This is, they fought with us. Well, there's going to be a big court battles over this. Sorry, that's my phone. I have it on so I can see your question. Oh, yeah. Um, I am really concerned. Oh God. I don't know that they will be deported, but I know that they're going to go through for this. So the plan was by this regime in Project 2025 to come in quickly, destroy the country, destroy the democracy, fire people, lock people up, destroy the economy so that it could be taken over by a regime, a dictator, which would be Kankles and his billionaire friends. So it's not working because the American people are fighting back. We're fighting back. Is the House and the Senate fighting back? The Democrats? Yeah, some, now more. But it didn't work because the people are standing up. The courts a little bit, the courts have stood up, but GOP just like, okay. And now they're going to fall apart. We'll talk more about that in a minute. December has so much happening. A lot of planets are moving forward. There's a lot of information. We have a full moon coming December 4th. So if you feel like you're like it's going too fast, make sure that you take some quiet time or time for yourself, because it's just a busy, busy month. And it can be a busy, fun month if you like that, if that's fine with you. But there's just a lot going on. So I'm really worried about the Afghans. Is this going to go to, show me 3 cards, is this going to go to court? They're going to, what they like to do is traumatize people. So, what are you doing, boy? What you doing, big boy? Yeah, it's going to go to court. Karma will come back. Karma will come back. I feel like, they took an oath to fight with us for our country. This is the military is gonna lose. They're losing military support. I feel like the military may be what saves our country. I feel like it may be that the military comes in and tells Congress, or either messages or tells Congress, look, you need to do your job. This guy is dangerous. Because he's not right in the head. And even before he got old and dementia, he was cruel and trying to break the law. But now he has this crazy Project 2025, and these people, I'm like, will the military take him out? Because there are, he's now even talking about, we could probably win a nuclear war. What? I mean, they know. And so don't be worried, because he's not going to be able to do this. But let's ask, will the military end up taking Kankles out, either through saying you have to impeach him or you have to do 2025? Because he didn't leave the first term by himself. They had to come and say, look, sir, you need to leave or you're going to be removed, because he wouldn't leave the White House after he lost to Biden. Did a January 6th. I mean, this is how he rolls. This is what you can expect if he's allowed to. I don't think he's going to be able to get that, do another January 6th. But that's why these, these military was shot in D.C. Oh, we need to have more military, but I don't think the military is backing him. Will the military end up taking him out? And we're all going to be, don't get worried, we're all going to be okay through this. We are going to make it through this. We've been through tougher times in human history. And, this is a huge time in history that will be written about. There will be books, there will be movies about what happened during this time in America. But will the military end up taking Cankles out? Instructing Congress to take him out. I might have jumped the gun with this reading a little bit. Yeah. Because they're going to be fighting, or are they going to be trapped by him? Yeah, they're going to send a message or a messenger. It's not like they're going to come in fatigues and go, with guns drawn. I mean, could be, but yeah. This may be the way it's, they're going to send a message, but they're not actually going to militarily, they're not going to come in with guns drawn. It's going to be more like, you need to do this. They're just going to tell them like, yeah, come on. Okay, so the secrets will come out. Yeah, there's more Epstein stuff coming out. Let's look at MAGA Mike. Okay, so MAGA Mike I saw a vision of him. This was like a year ago. I saw a vision that he went into the MAGA, the den, or the Cankles den of darkness and craziment, if that's a word. And so he actually walked into a building, a space that it was a representation of all the insanity that Cankles is doing now. Deporting people, ripping families apart, destroying the economy, killing people in boats, covering up that he's Epstein, that he's a pedophile, covering up his money laundering, all his scams and schemes. He sees this, the pedophile, I believe for entertainment purposes only, a criminal, a gangster, maybe a murderer, allegedly. He sees this, and at some point, he's going to run away. I predicted this, he will leave. That's what I'm seeing now. MAGA Mike will turn on Cankles. It's already happening. Okay? It's already happening. He knows they did it with the Epstein files. And I don't know how they're still all pretending like, oh, everything's okay. It's not. We'll look at Pete Hegseth and what's going to happen with him. But that may be one of the straws that broke the camel's back. So this is huge. MAGA Mike leaving MAGA. He can't. Like, I thought he might step down. A lot of the Congress, the Republicans, the GOP, are going to resign. Still more. Let's look at that. Will more Congress people resign or say they're not running for election in 2026? Because they know it's going to be a wipeout, a blue wave. It's going to be... and they're trying to do the gerrymandering, but I don't think that's going to work. So will more GOP step down? Let me look psychic. Yeah, I just got a yes. Yeah. They haven't necessarily come out yet saying that. Let me make sure I was asking this. Will the more GOP step down or resign from the House or the Senate before 2026 elections or by the 2026 elections? Say they're not running for re-election. Yeah, it's the same cards. Okay. Yeah, they're fighting, and they've been trying to hold the line, but they're fighting with their, their constituents on what they're doing is so they've been trying to hold on. It's about money. It may be hidden. A lot of them are in secret saying they don't want to be there, but they don't know how to get out, or they're afraid to get out. But that's a yes. They can't take all the secrets. These are yes cards. There's more stuff. There are videos coming out, bank records about Kankles. Bessett is hiding the bank records. He's the Treasury Department. Yeah, there's more information coming out. And so they are going to be leaving. That's a yes. Their supporters, their backers don't want them losing everything. And you can't come back from this. Like Kankles and this regime will be gone. But if you stayed in there and supported them, you're not going to be able to come back from this. So they may try to clean up their act and get out now where they can still save themselves for some kind of future career or somewhere, maybe not in politics, but anywhere. Because once you're tied to these people, you can't, you stayed in there and supported them. So let's ask, is MAGA Mike leaving MAGA? Is he leaving the president? He already is. He already is. That's why they're threatening and they're killing people and they're doing more and more stunts, becoming more and more dangerous because they know they are under serious threat that we're just going to, we can't do this with you anymore. Public, the protests, the public pushback, call your senators, call your Congress people, call your governors, but most of the senators and Congress, especially if you're in a red state, and tell them, don't support this president and vote this way. But you have to speak up. Go to the town halls, call them, send a letter. Okay, so is MAGA Mike leaving MAGA? He already is. I keep hearing he already is. He's looking for the exit. He's scared. Oh. He thought it would be a celebration or his death. That's it. Do I die on this hill? Or do we get away with it and then I'll be celebrating? He was willing to do that. The agreements they made, victory is in the past, treachery is above him. Yeah. Told you he's already leaving. Yes, he is leaving. They voted to release the Epstein files. I mean, they're holding committee to hold Hegseth, a bipartisan committee to hold Hegseth responsible. I don't know if the Senate's doing that or the House, but so karma, what was stolen, what they're stealing, the country. He thinks there's hope to get out. What is this? Going to cause a big fight. He's going to fight them. Yeah, he's going to fight them. Okay. He's starting to fight them. My prediction a year ago, and everybody was saying, well, that didn't happen. Well, sometimes it takes a while. But he's not going to stay with them. Okay? Will he become the minority before the 2026 election? Will Republicans become the minority in the House before the 2026 election? Will Republicans be the minority? He's trying to keep his speakership. Yeah. So this is Kankles and this is the Democrats. So they don't really have a party. They just have ruled by Kankles, and the Democrats will they lose? Yeah, because the devil is over them. The constituency support is in the past. Money. Holding, yeah, they could lose. This could be 3 seats. It could happen really quickly. They're just like, I can't, I'm out of here. That'd be a yes. We could see a Democrat House before the midterms. And they can't go on like this. Wow. Okay, let's change the topic here a little bit. Mandami. Oh, he's amazing. I was reading about him. He's done hunger strikes with people. He's really stood up for Jewish and Asian or middle. Sorry, you're going to correct me. Please correct me. Stood up for Muslims. Okay. Mandami, how are you going to do in New York? Here he is coming in to save the day. This is my Mandami card because he's a young guy. He's fiery. He's going to get it done. I think he's a Libra, but hey, he might have, that's his sun sign. I don't know his rising sign because that would also indicate the card that represents him. What time do we have? We can still have time. Okay. Let's just look at something happy. Let's look at Mandami. Free childcare, bus passes, lower rents, really fighting for the people. And so much of the establishment on both sides were freaked out. Well, get out of the way for the new, we're going to have a democracy here. Yeah. You want to, isn't giving billionaires huge tax breaks so they don't have to pay anything? Isn't that the worst socialism you've ever heard of? Isn't that maybe even communism? They don't have to pay, but you do. I mean, come on. Mandami, how you doing? How's he going to do? He is so happy. I love that. Oh, here he is. Here he is again. That's him. And he's charging forward. Nothing can stop him now. He has strength with him. The fight is in the past. Big changes are coming. Oh, he has to be careful. Oh, they're going to try to screw him up. Oh boy, that's not the death card, but they're going to try to say things about him and do awful things. Say, this is the people. He's there for the people. His message. He's working hard, and I'm worried. What is this? Let me look psychically. They're going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at him. Accuse him of stuff, try to deny him funds, but they're going to try to stop him. Pray for Mandami. All right. Was Virginia Dufresne abused by her husband? Well, that's probably a given. Let me look psychically. Yeah. I feel like there was emotional abuse. Maybe it feels sexual. A lot of times people who are survivors of sex abuse pick partners that abuse them. It's just kind of, it just goes with the legacy of the abuse affects their relationships, their choice of partners, and that's not blaming her. But I'm going to say yes on that. I'm so sorry that happened to her. Yeah, she had to fight in that. That's part of what was going on with her. Yeah, let's look at your questions here. Oh, somebody says, let's decorate Christmas with blue lights to support democracy. I say red, white, and blue. Why does MAGA get to take our flag and then say, oh, we're not Americans because we don't have a flag? I mean, it's our country. So I say red, white, and blue, but okay. Blue is cool. I like that. I love that. All right. These questions were left on my community page under post. I usually try to put up a thing there for the next show. I'll be putting up one for the Wednesday show where you can ask spiritual or political questions. Is the Orange Demon adding National Guard to DC because he wants them in case there's an insurrection against him? Yeah, that'd be a yes. That's what that's about. Or to have an insurrection when he loses the midterms. If Bubba isn't Bill Clinton or anyone else that was being named in the Epstein files, is it possible that Bubba was a male minor that was being sex trafficked? It is. I say he's bi. I say he's an old queen. Look at Cankles. And he's like spraying perfume and saying, oh, what a beautiful man, and talking about men's gym. I mean, that doesn't make you gay, but I just am picking up that was Bubba, sorry, let's keep this G-rated. Was Bubba a young male? The one that they said he gave a BJ to? Sorry to say that on my G-rated channel, but I don't know how else to say it. Let's 3 cards. Was Bubba a younger male? Oh, God. There might have been more than one. Yeah, there's the young male. This would be a yes. Yeah. There might have been more than one, Bubba. Yeah. That'd be a yes. I feel like, yeah, there could have been a younger one or a couple young ones, or it could have been, yeah. And most of the stuff from Epstein files is going to come out. All of it, maybe not, because a lot happened in foreign countries, or who knows if we're ever going to see all the videos. But the videos are coming out. The bank records are coming out. It's coming out. A lot of it's coming out. Where Cankles is shown to be a pedophile and a sex trafficker and a money launderer. I'm curious about AI. Will it be accepted by animals? Dogs and cats ever be cool with robots? I guess it depends on how you train the dog. I mean, they accept cars, and I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I think it depends on the animal. Interesting question. Okay. What will happen to the Orange Menace when he's found to be in the Epstein files? Oh, yeah. Well, most of us already know, but it has to be, yes, publicly on CNN. No, just kidding. What will happen to him when he's found to be in the Epstein files? Well, he's going to get the boot. He'll be out of office. What will happen to Cankles when the Epstein files come out? Oh, heartbreak and sorrow. The victims will be, he'll be connected to the victims, and the Democrats will persecute, will, he's going to lose money. He's not going to be looked at as the successful president, and the victims will be honored. Okay? The secrets will be out. That doesn't tell me, I don't know that he's going to, I don't know, because he's the president, if they can't put him in jail because the Secret Service would be there. I don't know if he's going to be just impeached, and then let's ask, will he leave the country? 3 cards. Will he leave the country? He could. He could leave. This is yes. Or he could end up passing away. And I'm not wishing that on anybody. I'm just reading the cards and the energy. So, will he be immediately, I see he gets immediately kicked out of office, and he gets stopped from causing any more trouble. Yeah, there it is. So he's going to be thrown out of office. I feel like his left hand is somehow disabled. He's unable to, they're going to stop him from hurting people, but is it home arrest? Home arrest? He might try to run away. I feel like he's going to lose a lot of money. I feel like there's going to be huge lawsuits from the victims claiming compensation. Ooh. And he'll live in shame. Would he be hospitalized in a mental hospital? It could be like a mental hospital, but it feels like he's going to lose a lot of money. They may seize all his assets. That would be cool. Will they seize all his assets? Once he's convicted. Will he be, let's ask, will he be convicted as a pedophile and a sex trafficker? Will he be convicted? Yes. 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 And yes. Okay. Then will they seize his assets? I think so. Yeah. Some. I don't know if they can get it all, but they will. There'll be a decision made by the courts he'll have to pay some people And then he might end up sick and in bed and saying, I don't have any, it's all gone. Because the government, when they impeach him for all these crimes and gets committed, will they seize his assets then? Now, this is for entertainment purposes only. Will they seize his assets then when he gets convicted of, killing people in Venezuela and the financial crimes, the crypto crimes? I saw an advertisement where he was selling perfume. Like, what? The president of America is on social media selling cologne or perfume while he's in office. I mean, it's just so. Okay. Will he be, once convicted of these crimes, will they seize his assets? Yes. The secrets will come out. They're going to try to. The Democrats are going to do this, and the secrets will come out. I feel like that's a yes. He may be hiding things overseas. I'm okay, but I feel like they will try to do that. Oh boy. Well, you can't make this stuff up, okay? I'll come back, comments, okay. What's the likelihood of Congress, at least the House, turning blue? Yeah, it's definitely going blue. The Senate, probably, let's look at the Senate. I know the House will. The Senate as well. Let's look at the Senate. Will the Senate go blue in 2026 or before? Will the Senate go blue in 2026? I hope it's not Chuck Schumer. Will the Senate, even though he's kind of standing up and trying to do some stuff, writing strongly worded letters. No, just kidding. Yeah, you're going to get a strongly worded letter. Will the Senate go blue? Yeah. Let's look psychically. I feel like John Thune just is going to get, I feel like he's going to get knocked down. Not physically, but it might not be Chuck Schumer. It probably be somebody else. I don't know who, if that's decided yet, but at least by 3. That's a yes. That's a yes. Yes, this is a yes. This is money. This is, yeah, we're not doing this. Not doing this. Yeah. Okay, there's your, yeah. Okay. And let's looky see here. Do I see a Democrat? Wait. Do I see a Democrat running against Matt Van Imp winning in Tennessee? Oh, the Democrat, Afton Bain, running for the House of Representatives in Nashville area. Let's look at Afton Bain. First I thought no. Then it changed. I thought maybe. And then I was like, oh, wow, I'm hopeful. Let's see. Oh, look at this. This jumped out. This could be. Let's look at Afton Bain. Will you win the election December? Oh, that's tomorrow. Will you win the election, Afton Bain? I mean, even if we come close, it's such a red area, it should be scary to the Republicans if they're paying attention, because it's supposed to be completely red. And she's coming in almost, in the polls, almost equal to him. Afton Bain, will you win? She's got a pretty pink color in her aura. Ooh, they better be afraid because she's putting up a really good message, and she's ahead in the polls where she should not even be anywhere near that. I'm getting a yes. I'm getting a yes. We'll see if I'm right. We'll find out tomorrow or soon. I don't know when the results come in, if they come in that night, but oh my God, that's cool. Okay, now I want to look at, is Hegseth going to jail? I do. Now, when you have an alcoholic, even if they're not drinking and they're untreated, they go through people's lives like a tornado. They cause destruction, misery, and pain because that's just the nature of alcoholism. Okay? So, yeah, I see him going to jail. Will Kankles be held responsible for this? Because he's already admitted on TV, yeah, we're going to kill those people. So you're bombing boats, fisher boats, or they say they're drug boats, without any evidence. We're not at war. Congress hasn't declared war, so it's murder. And then they said, oh, they killed people that were hanging on the two guys that were hanging on the side of the boat they bombed after the bombing. And that's a war crime. Oh, now it's a war crime? Wasn't it a war crime before that? I mean, God, and this is just, okay, so it's Hegseth. Oh, he's getting the boot. I think Cash Patel's getting the boot. He's getting the boot. Kristi Noem's in legal trouble. She's going to be. She's not now, but oh yeah, it's coming. But really the big thing is that Mega Mike is leaving MAGA. We're going to get some form of government back instead of Kankles just telling everybody what to do over there. So is Hegseth going to jail? I see him. I see jail. So this may be his opportunity to finally get right with himself, sober up, and decide to be a good person. Could that happen with him? I don't know. But is this, like I said, alcoholics leave a path of disaster in their life wherever they go. It just happens. That's the nature of alcoholism. He is his heart will be broken. Sorry, I don't wish that, but that's just, you did the crime, you're going to do the time. That'll be a yes. He's going to jail. Is Kankles going to be held responsible for this crime, this war crimes? Is Kankles going to be held responsible for this war crimes? Yeah. He might say he's crazy, he's dementia, he didn't know, kind of try to get out of it somehow. At first, they're going to do an investigation. They're going to look at it, but he's going to try to smoke and mirrors it like he does everything else. But he's going to be out of office anyway. He's going to be out of here. All right. Thank you so much for watching my video to the end. Please make sure you're subscribed. Check your subscription. And like my video. It really helps me. And thank you so much I am sending you love. Now, I didn't have time today, but I want to send a calming healing to you. Just breathe. We'll do that on Wednesday's video, kind of just to, you want to breathe and just ground yourself. If you want, you can put your hand on your heart and your hand on your belly and just breathe and ground yourself. Let go of the fear. It's going to be okay. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye for now.